It's very nice. It's I love the image composition because it's very dynamic. You also have this nice dark foreground element, so a very nice backlit silhouette of the assassin. It's actually very strong. It's very nice action scene. It reminds me the trailer we work on AC1 when you have the assassin with the gun trying to save someone from the hanging. It's a very good illustration. So it's funny, this one is very different. Usually we don't have like this kind of cartoony look when we do assassin. So I like the angle of, if it's something that could be very dramatic and it was not like very like I would say it was a big like a dark history, you know, what you told me. But there is an angle that is more like looks more funny because it's more cartoony and very exaggerated, more like a caricature. And there is also very good execution. It's very detailed. And, so now we have the assassin like playing like justice in the modern days. Yeah. So it's always something we try to bring, defend the freedom and, you know, defend good people against the corruption and stuff like that. It's always something we have in Assassins. The fights we keep. In terms of execution, I think the foreground could be a bit darker, so it's more mysterious. And then the background could be more in the glowing light, you know, like the assassin is always like more like in the sunlight. It's the contrast we like to bring with Assassin's Creed. When we created the hero Altair, we wanted to have a badass hero, but at the same time, he wouldn't be dark like all the heroes at the same time. You know? So it was a different take. So maybe if the background would be a bit darker, so you don't get too much attention on the detail of the face of the bad guys, and you get more like attention on the silhouette of the assassin. But it's a nice concept. Yeah, I love this one. I've seen it already. First, I love the idea of using the native for assassins. I think it fits very well for the assassin because they are stealth. They live in remote places. They are not like corrupted. They're like more pure, no. So almost like we had before, you know, on AC1 with Mathaya, the people like hidden in the castle, and later in AC Black Flag we have these assassins hidden in an island. And so I love she's very sexy, very nice. I love the mix of this kind of, you know, cartoon execution, but at the same time very interesting silhouette and details. And silhouette is very important in character design. So I like when people take care about the silhouette and the way it stands out in the background. So again, it's a good idea to defend the slave, you know, free the people. I think it's a bit about that. The story is about like you know, free the slaves. It's interesting. I don't know what is that place. Maybe it's a place known in Brazil, or it's a mix of different locations.
Yeah, it's a mix.
It's a mix. Looks like a Caribbean setting. You could see some stuff could look like it looked like Cuba or maybe Cartagena. I don't know. I like the color palette. It's very nice. Maybe the foreground should be again a bit darker, so it could stand out for the assassin. And the background could be a bit more like in the sunlight and be a bit blurry, so you don't get all the details, so you can really focus on the action in the center part. I think on this one it's cool to have the composition is very nice, having the character like jumping down, and in the foreground have the action here. But again, I think it would be stronger if the assassin would be a bit more in the sunlight and the foreground would be more backlit, more like silhouettes, so you don't get all the details in the shading, but you get all the what's happening in front of you. You know, you don't need to be too descriptive, to have too much detail, but it's a good message. I like the sunlight and I like the composition of this one. It's dynamic. So that's the capoeira fight. So it shows the dexterity, the way like people can be very strong at that. So he's very precise with his foot, but that would be indeed interesting, like to have an assassin mastering this kind of athletic and martial art. It's and the hidden blade could be like in the feet, as you as you mentioned. I like the pose actually. Maybe the assassin is a bit dark, so we don't get the difference between the foreground and the midground, but that's just something in the execution. That one is very elegant. It's maybe the Ezio from Brazil. Nice fabric. He's using throwing knife, I think. I like the color palette. Again, I think when we're doing like foreground elements like this, it's better to have like a silhouette very dark, so you can really focus on the assassin in the midground and get the light coming from behind. I like the logo, it's cool, using the A, the crest is a very smart idea. And yeah, I think it's just about like working more on the depth of the image. But the color palette is very interesting, using the green and the white. Reminds the Brazilian colors, the yellow. It's cool. Very good work. Thank you everyone for the beautiful artworks. It's very inspiring, and we are very happy to be like also a source of inspiration for you, and to see the angle you take in your artworks. So it was a very short trip again in Brazil, but I hope I can come back one day.